This is Internet Week. I'm sure all of you have used the internet. You will go to the assignment for the week and open this document here, the Internet Assignment document, which is a Word document. You can tell because it's docs. Okay, and once you open that, this is what you will have. So what you're going to do is that you're going to fill it as you go. So the first thing you will do is write your name, top right, and then it asks you to use two different search engines, one being Google. I suggest using Google with Chrome browser, more on that in a moment, and then try to use one you haven't used before, if possible. Okay. Generally, students are confused about or don't exactly know the difference between browser and search engines because they're really synonymous with one another. And essentially, if I can close this, all of these down. So here I have Google Chrome, and it doesn't look like I actually have any that I have linked to my desktop. So Google Chrome we're going to be using anyway, so I'll open it. Google Chrome is a browser. And even more, then you have Google itself, which is the search engine. But you can also do things like Bing. Bing is a different search engine. Or you can look, you're looking on a search engine for a search engine. So DuckDuckGo, for example, lesser known. So that's another search engine. Okay? So there are other browsers. So I said Google Chrome. Chrome being the key here is a browser. So Internet Explorer is a browser. They're like a portal. Now once you open them up, the home page is a search engine. Anyway, now that I've defined that, you can have Google open, and then what you'll do is you'll have these questions. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt in a way, I guess. So you're asked these questions. You need to search for the answer and also provide the link. All right. Now, some of the answers you might know already, but still use the search engine to look them up. Hopefully you won't know all of them because some of the questions are supposed to be kind of obscure. Okay, so once you've done that, I'm going to look at some other aspects of internet search engines, in particular search engines. One of the things that is quite concerning is the privacy aspects, because generally, whether you might be aware of this, but essentially everything that you search for online is tracked. This is actually part of AI. You're tracked and monitored all the time. So there are different things that you can do to protect yourselves. You can use search engines that are private. You can use Google Chrome in incognito mode, for example. This is this part at the bottom of this page. So let's go to Google Chrome. So if you've been searching, as you do, for different things, then that's recorded. If you go up to the top right here, there's, hopefully you can see this, is these three dots. So if you click those three dots, you have this list, and in it is a history. Okay, so this is my history. So you see I already looked for DuckDuckGo. You saw me do it. So here you have what I've looked for today. Now what you can do is you can clear that browsing data. Okay, and so that in some ways helps your privacy a little bit. Now the other thing you can do is if I go up here, 3 down is this incognito window. So this is you searching on Google incognito, as in you're not being monitored as you do it. Now there's some discussion on this about how exactly, is it really incognito? I think Google itself still tracks your activity, but it won't let other companies track your activity. Okay, so that's how you find those, and this assignment this week talks or gets you to investigate it a little bit. Now it has some questions here. Do you use the search engines when looking for a job? What do you use? You don't have to go into your private details, so it can be very general here. I'm just trying to get you to think about when it can be useful, different sites that you can use. When I get back to you, I might suggest other things. If you have any questions, you can always email me. Okay. So talk a little bit more about incognito mode and things like that. So here I start to talk a couple of things about doing internet searches. And one of those things is using signs. So what I'm going to do is get out of the incognito mode. Right. Now, perhaps there's somebody called David Sheraton. I have no idea if there is. Okay. Now, if you look up Sheraton, what you might start finding is that, okay, you have the medical products here. I'm sure if you go down, you might find things like the hotel. But say, if I just write in Sheraton, maybe I don't know his first name or whatever, then you're going to be getting the hotels and things like this. But you're not looking for the hotels. You're looking for something else. So what you could do in this case is that you can do minus hotel. And it's still showing some hotels, probably in the ads. But what it should do is start take out the hotel parts of it. So it has vacations and properties. You might have to do some more like kind of minus vacation, minus property, that kind of thing. But what the minus does is that it takes out that tag. So if you're looking for Sheraton, but if it's attached to hotel, then it will disregard any searches that come up that include hotel. It'll disregard any searches that come up with vacation or property or things like this. Okay. So here I have an example. So try some examples, and then I go on to using quotation marks. So you use quotation marks in the search bar if you're looking for something that the word has to be that exactly. Now the third part of this document is an assessment, and it's kind of, do you know how to do this? Do you know what these are? And based on these answers, if you don't know these answers, you can write I don't know. Now there is a tutorial with this, so I do expect you to look over the tutorial. The tutorial will help you with a lot of these answers. So I do expect you to make an effort. But if there's a lot of confusion, so in the past, actually this has come up again and again, which is the CAPTCHA security code. So if a lot of people in the class don't understand what a CAPTCHA security code is, I will next week make a video and show you what a CAPTCHA security code is, and I might even do like a separate quiz on it. So I need you to make an effort doing this part 3 assessment, but if you really are confused and you really don't know, then you just write, I don't know. Okay. You know how to get me if you need